Hi there, it's Sarah from Inspire Tarot. Welcome to the channel. I hope you're having a good day or night wherever you are. It's really sunny here. It's starting to feel very spring-like, which is nice. I love the spring's my favourite season, but I love the changes of seasons generally. I think they bring us lots of new contrasting experiences. I like to think of the winter months more of the kind of hermity, integrating, and the summer months as being sort of coming out more and being more integrating into society. People are out and about more, enjoying more time outside. So we'll see what message Spirit has for us today. Queen of Wands, Eight of Wands, the Moon, the Chariot. Let's fit some more cards on. Four of Wands. I seem to have lots of Wands cards coming out today. It's a fiery energy. Get these straight. So, the Queen of Wands. I do particularly like the Queen of Wands as a card. I think it's the perfect example of someone who is a bit of a go-getter, somebody who's very creative and a socialite, somebody who will stand up for the underdog, somebody who's a leader, very independent, very influential, very bold, somebody who's also very creative but magnetic, inspiring, passionate. So yeah, somebody who's just an ideal leader for the spiritual journey. I tend to think of this person as very much like an influencer, somebody who is just very driven by their purpose. And if their purpose is their spiritual purpose, which often it is, then we can kind of move forward in a very inspiring way and bring people along. Once we have that power of influence, then we can use it for good. And I think this is really what this card talks about, that as we know about our divine nature, we should be out in the world sharing about it. And yeah, it's our God-given purpose. So whenever we're doing something that's aligned with our purpose, it makes us feel happy. And we know that from the Course that all real pleasure comes from doing God's will. And yeah, that means loving other people, sharing the good news, following our instincts about what lights us up, following our passion and desire, because the world is full of seeming obstacles. And if we're following our passion, then we have this, we kind of get very much in our flow state, and we have this energy to go ahead and do things. And once we start getting other people on board as well, then it can be very exciting. So the Eight of Wands is a card about rapid spiritual progress, all about being spontaneous, following the signs and symbols, and yeah, easily overcomes obstacles, very much like the Queen of Wands. The Wands are very fiery energy to do with our purpose. So yeah, that's a beautiful thing. The Moon is very much a card about the unconscious and the mysterious and our illusions and delusions. So when we're out in the public domain, we're inevitably going to have get all sorts of reflections and feedback about what we're doing right and what we're doing wrong. And if we're mature about it, then we'll look at it in a healthy way, as if everyone's our teacher and people are reflecting back to us the things that we need to learn, or anything that we have in the unconscious mind that kind of blocks us putting ourselves out there, that makes us feel uncomfortable or unworthy. So the Moon is really about looking at our unconscious beliefs, our hidden fears and desires and things, and the ways we deceive ourselves with the spirit. yeah, so this is very much about looking into the shadows. The Chariot is a card about being a force of nature outwardly. I think of the Strength card as more of a force of nature inwardly, and the Chariot as more outwardly. Very much focused on our willpower and determination. Again, about being assertive and courageous, but also balanced and disciplined. The Chariot card is all about balance. You know, with it, if we're in a car and the wheels are off, then we lose track. We kind of go off the road, and we need to keep going in a straight way. And the Four of Wands is a beautiful card all about celebrating and collaborating. So yeah, these are overall just very powerful cards about following our mission and getting involved with the greater good, and just being very happy and grateful that we can teach the Gospels and spread the word about God's love in our own way, in our own unique style. And yeah, there's always going to be people that are ready to hear our message. And the more we repeat the message to ourselves in our own mind, the more we reinforce our own purpose and our own love and our own memories of what we're supposed to be doing. So yeah, the Four of Wands is a beautiful card about celebrating and collaborating and reaping the rewards, and just moving in the right direction. The Fool. The Fool, as we know, is very carefree. He's very trusting and optimistic, with a blank slate state of mind, usually very light-hearted, comfortable taking risks and exploring. You can see in this card, it looks as though the Fool is in this I don't know what you call it, mysterious land with a path. It looks very enchanting and exciting, and the Fool is who we all are, just kind of progressing down our path, being excited about what comes next, and knowing that there'll be things that come along that we don't like, but that the Spirit can always use it for our healing. So the world is essentially like some kind of exciting treasure hunt, which to me is good and exciting. All right, let's see what other cards we've got. Well, the next card is the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups is a beautiful card about healthy partnership. A relationship or a partnership where we care about the other person, where we're very compassionate and respectful. Could be a soulmate's connection. Very much focused on win-win. You know, wanting to be happy rather than right. I think everybody, it's our relationships that make us happiest in life. So when we have these healthy and happy, balanced connections, it's good to work on them and enjoy them, and enjoy sharing the challenges of life and things that come up. When we feel like we have people that we can share our spiritual journey with, we have people we can talk to, people that support us. It's a nice feeling. This is cute. Two of Wands. The Two of Wands card is all about opportunities and progress. Essentially saying that we're kind of comfortable, but we want more. And this is often what happens, that we grow a little bit, and then we'll hit another challenge and another obstacle, and then we'll overcome it, and then we'll have to integrate, and then we'll grow. And the whole of the spiritual journey is ebb and flow. It's all about expanding a bit, enjoying that feeling of expansion, and then again we feel bored and stagnate, and then we need to grow again. The Two of Wands is very much a card of knowing that the grass is greener, and just feeling activated to leave our comfort zone. Five of Wands. Yep, I guess this ties in very much with the resistance that we experience. Whenever we experience resistance, it's very easy to fall into the ego's clutches and think that we're failing or we're doing something wrong, but we know that we can't judge our advances from our retreats. And when we're actually in this resistance, that's when we're growing the most, when we're pushing our upper ceiling. But we just want to make sure that we're not in resistance with other people or in resistance with ourselves. That we need to always look for the win-win and make sure that we're channeling our energy together with other people in a way that's kind and supportive of the whole. And that, yeah, essentially we all want the same thing. We go about it in convoluted ways, and we have a tendency to think our way is right, because what we believe and what we experience is the same thing, because we create our own experience. And then we get very locked into believing that what we experience is correct. But it does say in A Course in Miracles that perception is a mirror, not a fact, and that everyone has their own mirror and everyone sees everything differently. And whenever we're experiencing something that doesn't feel good, or we have resistance with someone else, then it automatically means that we're not seeing things accurately, and we need to ask the Spirit for guidance on how to see things correctly. See what else comes out. These cards are really beautiful. I haven't really studied them at length, but they're so sweet. They're very enchanting. Three of Cups. Yeah. So again, Three of Cups is all about celebration, about reunion and achievement, about emotional support and our friends. So yeah, I think these cards definitely really talk about how we need to get involved with other people and collaborate, and really enjoy that feeling of connecting with others, because we don't realize how much we want it. In fact, quite often we feel like we want to avoid life, but that's always the wrong direction, and whenever we go that way, then we don't feel good. Whereas in the Three of Cups, we can see that they're celebrating together, yeah, and experiencing happiness, and that's what it's all about. Right, so I hope this reading helps. I love you all. See you again. Bye.